I'm SI staff writer Ben Reiter. Last spring, we at Sports Illustrated picked the Washington Nationals to win the World Series. It didn't happen for the Nats. They didn't make the playoffs, but we were undeterred, and we are again picking the Nationals as our champs this season. My guest with me today is a big reason why. Representing Hialeah, Florida, he is Gio Gonzalez, and he is starting his first game of the season on Wednesday at Citi Field against the Mets. Thanks for being here, Gio.
Man, I like how you mentioned Hialeah, Florida like that. You said it the proper way. Most people say, Hialeah what? Hialeah? Hialeah?
Well, you wear it on your glove there,
all
right?
the time.
So you're representing that at all times.
Always. I keep it close to my heart. That's why I always put it right here. Let people know that it's where I was born and raised.
Your team didn't seem to kick it into gear last year until the very end. You finished the season 26-12. Mm-hmm. It wasn't quite enough to make the playoffs. What went wrong early on, and then what went right all of a sudden?
I think we had a little bit too much pressure on ourselves, just trying to do too much, or trying to, buy into what was going on. Instead of just letting ourselves, how it started right after the All-Star break, where we picked up where we started, where it was just taking off, playing hard, doing what we know how to do. And I think that's what we're going out there doing now this year. It's just having fun. We look focused. We look hungry. Our guys are just competing at the top of our level, and we're going out there doing our game.
One player who everyone is interested in this year, teammate of yours, Bryce Harper, coming in his third year. He looks to be in the best shape of his life.
Yeah.
It's a cliche this time of year, but for Bryce, seeing the photos, it's really true. What do you expect out of Bryce, and what do you think we should expect here?
Same old Bryce. Go out there and give you some, couple home runs, maybe 20, 25. Steal a couple bases. I expect big year for Bryce. Just as long as he stays healthy, you're going to get the Bryce you expect. He's going to be a superstar. He is a superstar in our eyes. I think that he's still young. Again, you can't put any more pressure on this kid. He's still a lot to grow, still a lot of learning curves. He's not going to, discover Rome in one day. He's going to be one of those guys that is still building, still learning. And you got to just work with him. You can't just pile on him. And I think that's what he brings to our lineup. He brings that presence, that strong presence where, if you don't face him, you're going to have to face Desmond or Jason Worth or Adam LaRoche or Ryan Zimmerman. There's too much to just focus on one guy. So I think that's the presence Bryce brings to our lineup.
Gio, 2 years ago you very nearly won the Cy Young Award, and yet everybody across baseball views you as the Nationals' firm #2 starter behind Steven Strausburg. Do you embrace that role? Are you comfortable with being a #2 guy?
I think it's beautiful to watch where you got Steven Strausburg, who's just fun to watch. He's a guy you pick up on little things, and you just constantly see he sets it up for your next start. And I think that's why I like pitching behind him. It's just, he's working that right-handed spot, and all of a sudden, bam, you come out of a left-handed spot. And then you got Jordan Zimmerman to just put the icing on the cake. And then, we got Doug Fister. When he still gets healthy and ready to go, he's going to come out there and be a big provider for us. And our fifth starter is Tanner Rourke, which, well-deserved. Guy pitches tail off in the offseason, in spring training. And I think it's fun watching Strausburg go out there and give me a table setter, basically. Just let me go out there and pitch my game.
You're a young guy. You've already been traded 4 times in your career, which is unusual for a pitcher with your type of stuff. I know you say that you used to be very emotional out there on the mound. Do you think that way of being was one of the reasons why teams moved you so much? And do you think you've changed from that now?
Not really. I think that it was the names I got traded for. I think that, you got Jim Thome, Nick Swisher, Freddie Garcia, guys that are established, known, some Hall of Famers, some, up-and-coming Hall of Famers, in my opinion. So I think that it's again, I was a young pitcher. I was a learning curve. I was still in the process, of just understanding the game. And I think that's what the beauty part about what this game brings is you're constantly going to learn something new. And I think that I'm in the right team right now to do it, where they're constantly building and molding and making sure that I don't step out of line or I don't do anything that's going to cause too much attention in a negative way. So we have such a great team, a great group of guys that are constantly working on getting better, making sure that I'm doing the right thing, making sure that I'm trying to compete at the top of the level. Obviously, you guys think highly of the Nationals, so then you're already put in the stage where, your presence is going to make a difference everywhere you go.
Gio, thanks very much for being with us, man.
You're the man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.